Commander James Stone stood at the observation deck of the International Space Station, his eyes fixed on the beautiful blue planet below. 20 years of space service hadn't dulled his appreciation for Earth's beauty. But today would be different. Today, everything would change. The first sign of trouble came as a series of bright flashes in high orbit. At first, Stone thought they might be solar reflections from satellites. But when more than 50 massive ships emerged from what appeared to be tiers in space itself, his military training kicked in. "This is Commander Stone. All personnel to emergency stations. Unidentified vessels have appeared in Earth orbit." His voice echoed through the station's communication system. The crew, trained for nearly every possible scenario, responded immediately. Through the station's advanced telescopes, Stone watched as the alien ships took up attack positions around Earth. They were massive, each one nearly the size of a small city. Their dark hulls seemed to absorb light rather than reflect it, making them look like holes in space. "Sir," Lieutenant Rogers called out from his monitoring station, "we're picking up energy readings unlike anything we've ever seen. They're off the charts." Before Stone could respond, the first attack began. Beams of intense purple energy shot from the alien vessels, cutting through Earth's atmosphere like hot knives through butter. The targets were clear, major cities around the globe. Stone watched in horror as the first beam struck New York. The city's defensive shields, installed after decades of preparing for possible alien contact, flickered briefly before failing completely. The destruction was immediate and devastating. Similar scenes played out across the globe. London, Tokyo, Moscow, Beijing. One by one, Earth's greatest cities came under attack. Conventional military responses proved futile. Fighter jets were swatted from the sky like flies. Missile launches were intercepted long before they could reach their targets. In the chaos, Stone managed to establish communication with military command bunkers worldwide. The voice of General Hayes, scratchy but determined, came through his earpiece. "Commander Stone, are you seeing this?" "Yes, sir." They came out of nowhere. "Our orbital defenses aren't even slowing them down. This is a full-scale invasion. The Galactic Council's emblem is visible on their ships. They're supposed to be peacekeepers, for God's sake." The Galactic Council. Stone had heard rumors about them during his classified briefings. A collection of advanced alien species that supposedly governed this part of the galaxy. They had never officially contacted Earth, considering humans too primitive for formal relations. Through the station's sensors, Stone watched as Earth's conventional military forces attempted to fight back. Aircraft carriers launched waves of fighters. Ground-based rail guns fired their sophisticated projectiles. Experimental energy weapons powered up in secret bases around the world. Nothing seemed to work. Hours passed, and the destruction continued. Stone and his crew worked tirelessly, coordinating what little resistance they could offer and gathering vital intelligence about the enemy's capabilities. Then something unexpected happened. One of the alien ships broke formation to approach the space station. Stone ordered an emergency evacuation, but before the crew could reach the escape pods, a transmission came through. "Primitive species of Earth," a cold, metallic voice announced. "Your planet has been chosen as an example. The Galactic Council has deemed your unchecked development a potential threat to galactic stability. Your resistance has been noted. Your punishment will be severe." Stone's fists clenched as he listened to the message. These aliens, these supposed peacekeepers, had attacked without warning or provocation. They had murdered millions in just a few hours. What they didn't know, what they couldn't know, was that humanity had been preparing for this moment for generations. Deep underground, in secret facilities around the world, humanity's real defenses were just beginning to wake up. As Commander Stone watched the alien ships continue their assault, a small smile crossed his face. Let them think they had won. Let them celebrate their easy victory. They would soon learn why it was a mistake to underestimate humanity. In the depths of no raid, Dr. Amanda Wells was already initiating Project Guardian's launch sequence. The real war was about to begin. Dr. Amanda Wells stood in the heart of Project Guardian's control center, 5 miles beneath the Rocky Mountains. Banks of quantum computers hummed around her as she initiated the facility's activation sequence. The aliens thought they had caught Earth unprepared. They were wrong. "Status report," she commanded, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. "All systems coming online," Dr. Wells reported. Tom Wilson, her chief engineer. "Arc reactors at full power. Quantum shields charging. The nanobot production facilities are spinning up." On massive screens surrounding them, red dots showed the positions of alien ships continuing their assault on Earth's cities. But beneath those same cities, something was stirring. Something the Galactic Council never saw coming. "Begin Phase 1, Dr. Wells ordered. She pressed her palm against the biometric scanner, authorizing the deployment of humanity's hidden defenses. "Release the Guardians." Deep beneath every major city on Earth, massive hangar doors began to open. From these underground bases emerged swarms of automated defense drones, each smaller than a coffee cup, but powered by technology that had taken decades to perfect. They rose through hidden tunnels and burst into the skies by the millions. The alien ships, focused on their bombardment, didn't notice the threat until it was too late. The tiny drones attached themselves to the massive warships, their quantum-based shields allowing them to pass right through the aliens' energy barriers. In orbit, Commander Stone watched in amazement as the first alien vessel suddenly lost power, its lights flickering and dying. The drones had done their job, using targeted electromagnetic pulses to disable the ship's systems. "This is impossible." The alien transmission crackled through the communication channels. Their technology level was assessed as primitive. Dr. Wells allowed herself a small smile as she watched more alien ships going dark. "Begin Phase 2, she ordered. "Launch the Thunderbirds." In secret bases carved into asteroids throughout the solar system, hidden hangar doors opened. Earth's real space fleet emerged. Ships that combined the best of human innovation with reversed engineered alien technology from crashed vessels recovered over the centuries. These ships were different from the alien vessels. Where the Council's ships were huge and imposing, Earth's vessels were sleek and adaptable. Each one carried a crew trained in ways the aliens couldn't predict, using tactics that combined military strategy with human ingenuity. "All Thunderbird units, you are cleared to engage," General Hayes's voice boomed through the command channel. "Show them what humanity can do." The battle in orbit shifted dramatically. Earth's ships, emerging from hiding places throughout the solar system, caught the alien fleet in a perfectly coordinated crossfire. Their weapons, hybrid designs that combined conventional explosives with quantum-based energy systems, tore through the alien defenses. Back in the underground facility, Dr. Wells monitored the situation closely. "Status of the city shields." "Quantum shields are now at full power," Tom reported, "deploying over all major population centers." Shimmering domes of energy began to appear over Earth's cities, but these weren't the simple barriers the aliens had destroyed earlier. These shields operated on principles the Council had never encountered, combining quantum entanglement with properties of dark energy that humanity had secretly mastered. The alien weapons, so devastating against conventional defenses, splashed harmlessly against the new shields. In orbit, Commander Stone watched with pride as Earth's hidden fleet drove back the invaders. "This is Commander Stone to all Earth forces," he broadcast. "The enemy is in retreat. Press the advantage. Don't let them regroup." In the Council's command ship, panic was setting in. Their easy victory had turned into a nightmare. How had they been so wrong about Earth's capabilities? How had humans hidden such advanced technology? Dr. Wells watched the battle unfold on her screens, knowing this was just the beginning. "Initiate Phase 3, she ordered. "Upload the virus." Throughout the alien fleet, computer systems began to fail as Earth's quantum-based AI infiltrated their networks. Humanity had spent decades preparing for this moment, and they had no intention of showing mercy to unprovoked aggressors. The tide had turned. Now it was Earth's turn to show the Galactic Council exactly what they had awakened. Commander Stone stood on the bridge of the TSS Defender, Earth's most advanced battleship. Until today, the vessel had remained hidden in an underground base beneath the Pacific Ocean. Now it led humanity's counterattack against the Galactic Council's forward base on Mars. "All ships report ready, Commander," Lieutenant Rogers announced from his tactical station. The same officer who had been with Stone on the space station now served as his second-in-command. "Earth fleet is in attack formation." Stone nodded, his eyes fixed on the holographic display showing their target. The Council had built their forward base inside Olympus Mons, Mars' largest volcano. They thought the location was secret. They were wrong about that, too. "Begin the attack," Stone ordered. "Execute Operation Thunderbolt." Earth's fleet moved with perfect coordination. Unlike the Council's rigid battle formations, human ships flowed like water, constantly changing positions. Dr. Wells' quantum shields made them nearly invisible to alien sensors, allowing them to get close before striking. The first sign that something was wrong came when the Council's automated defenses failed to activate. The virus that Earth had uploaded during the earlier battle had spread through their entire network, leaving them nearly blind. "This is impossible." A panicked alien transmission cut through the command channel. "How did they find our base? How did they disable our systems?" Stone allowed himself a grim smile. "This is Commander Stone of Earth Forces to all Council personnel. Your unprovoked attack on our planet has been answered. Surrender now, or face the consequences." The response came in the form of energy weapons fire. The Council's base revealed hidden gun emplacements, filling space with deadly beams of light. But Earth was ready. "Activate countermeasures," Stone commanded. "Show them what Project Guardian can really do." The quantum shields around Earth's ships began to pulse. Each time an alien energy beam struck them, the shields didn't just block the attack. They absorbed the energy and redirected it back at the source. Council gun emplacements exploded one after another, destroyed by their own weapons. In the command center back on Earth, Dr. Wells monitored the battle through quantum-entangled sensors. "Phase 4 is ready, Commander," she reported through the secure channel. "You may deploy the swarm when ready." Stone pressed a button on his command chair. From the belly of each Earth ship, thousands of tiny robots emerged. These weren't the simple drones used in Earth's defense. These were advanced combat units, each one carrying a miniature version of the quantum weapons that made Earth's fleet so deadly. The swarm descended on the Mars base like a metallic rain. They bypassed physical barriers using quantum tunneling, penetrated energy shields as if they weren't there, and began systematically dismantling the Council's defenses from the inside out. "Multiple Council ships detected," Lieutenant Rogers reported. "They're emerging from underground hangars." "Just as we expected," Stone replied calmly. "Spring the trap." Hidden within Mars' 2 moons, Phobos and Deimos, Earth's secondary fleet powered up. The Council ships found themselves caught in a deadly crossfire, trapped between 3 groups of human vessels. The battle was fierce but brief. Council ships, still crippled by Earth's virus and unable to cope with human tactical innovations, fell one by one. Their rigid training and reliance on overwhelming force proved useless against humanity's adaptable strategy and superior technology. Inside the Mars base, the Council's regional commander watched in horror as Earth's forces systematically destroyed their fleet. Everything they knew about humans had been wrong. The primitive species had not only matched Council technology, but had surpassed it in many ways. "This is Commander Stone." The transmission came again. "Your forces are defeated. Your base is surrounded. For the last time, surrender." This time, the Council commander had no choice but to comply. As human forces secured the Mars base, Stone received a priority message from Earth Command. The intelligence gathered from this base would be crucial for their next move, taking the fight directly to the Galactic Council's headquarters. The real war was just beginning, and humanity was ready to show the galaxy exactly what they could do. Officer Robert Nash moved silently through the gleaming corridors of the Galactic Council's main station. Thanks to Dr. Wells' advanced holographic disguise technology, he appeared to all sensors as a member of the Blue Star species, one of the Council's founding races. His mission was simple but crucial: gather evidence of the Council's corruption and find out why they had really attacked Earth. In the station's Grand Assembly chamber, chaos reigned. Representatives from over 50 alien species argued among themselves about the disaster unfolding in the Sol system. The loss of their Mars base had sent shockwaves through the Council. "How did they defeat our best ships?" demanded the representative of the Rock people, his crystalline form glowing with anger. "We were told humans were primitive." More importantly, added the delegate from the ocean worlds, her water-filled environment suit bubbling with agitation. "Why were we not consulted before the attack? The Council Charter requires a full vote before any military action." Nash recorded everything as he moved through the shadows of the chamber. The Council was falling apart exactly as Earth's intelligence had predicted. Their arrogance was their weakness. Meanwhile, in a secure meeting room deep within the station, the Council's inner circle gathered in emergency session. Nash had planted quantum recording devices in this room weeks ago, and now he listened through his secure earpiece. "The humans must be destroyed completely," declared High Commander Marcus, the leader who had ordered the attack on Earth. "We cannot allow them to reveal our secrets." "What secrets?" asked another Inner Circle member. "You told us this was about preventing a primitive species from becoming a threat." Nash smiled as he downloaded files from the Council's secure database. The evidence was all here. High Commander Marcus and his allies had been using the Council's authority to test illegal weapons on developing worlds. Earth wasn't chosen as an example. It was chosen as a test subject. "Sir," Nash whispered into his quantum communicator, connecting directly to Commander Stone on the TSS Defender. "I found proof. The attack on Earth wasn't sanctioned by the full Council. It was orchestrated by a corrupt inner circle looking to test new weapons technology." "Good work, Nash," Stone replied. "Keep digging. We need everything you can find." As Nash continued his mission, more Council species were beginning to question their leadership. The Grey Worlds Alliance, a group of smaller Council members, had already sent secret messages to Earth offering support. They had long suspected corruption in the inner circle, but had never had proof. In another part of the station, Nash discovered something even more disturbing. The inner circle hadn't just been testing weapons. They had been selling advanced technology to primitive species, causing wars that they then used as excuses for Council intervention. "This goes deeper than we thought," Nash reported. "They've been manipulating conflicts across the galaxy. Earth wasn't their first target, just the first one that fought back effectively." The evidence was damning. Nash watched through hidden cameras as more Council members began to turn against the inner circle. Species that had been enemies for centuries now found common cause in their opposition to corruption. "Begin Phase 2 of your mission," Commander Stone ordered through the secure channel. "Make sure this evidence reaches every Council member simultaneously. Let's see how they react to the truth." Nash activated the quantum transmitters he had hidden throughout the station. On every computer screen, on every data pad, the evidence began to appear. Financial records showing illegal weapons sales, secret orders for unauthorized attacks, proof of the inner circle's corruption. The reaction was immediate. The Council chamber erupted in outrage. High Commander Marcus and his allies found themselves surrounded by their own security forces, now acting under orders from the full Council. As Nash watched from his hidden position, he sent one final message to Earth. "Mission accomplished. The Council is tearing itself apart. Phase 3 can begin." The next step would be the most dangerous. But with the Council in disarray and more alien species joining Earth's cause every hour, humanity's victory was becoming more certain by the moment. Dr. Amanda Wells stood before the emergency meeting of the Galactic Council, which was now being held on Earth. a situation that would have been unthinkable just days ago. The council members who had turned against their corrupt leadership had requested a full demonstration of Earth's capabilities. It was time to show them everything. For centuries, Dr. Wells began, you thought we were alone and helpless. You never knew that we had been watching, learning, and preparing. She gestured, and the lights dimmed. Above the gathered aliens, a holographic display sprang to life, showing the full extent of Earth's hidden technological network. 60 years ago, we recovered our first alien ship, she continued. Not from your council, but from another galaxy entirely. Instead of trying to copy it exactly, we did something different. We innovated. In orbit, Commander Stone coordinated with Earth's fleet to provide a live demonstration. The assembled council members watched in awe as human ships performed maneuvers that should have been impossible, their quantum drives allowing them to move in ways that defied conventional physics. While you focused on making your ships bigger and your weapons more powerful, Dr. Wells explained, we focused on making ours smarter and more adaptable. Every human vessel can reconfigure itself mid-battle, changing its capabilities to match any threat. To demonstrate, she ordered one of Earth's destroyers to transform. Its hull shifted like liquid metal, changing from a warship to a medical vessel, then to a stealth scout, and finally back to its combat configuration. The alien representatives murmured in astonishment. But your quantum technology, one of the council members interrupted. It's far beyond anything we have. How? Dr. Wells smiled. Because we approached it differently. Your scientists saw quantum mechanics as an obstacle to work around. We saw it as a foundation to build upon. She pulled up another display, showing the network of quantum computers that powered Earth's defenses. Unlike the Council's massive computational centers, Earth's quantum processors were elegant and compact, working in perfect harmony with traditional systems. We didn't just study the alien technology we found, she continued. We combined it with human innovation. Our quantum shields don't just block attacks. They learn from them. Every weapon you used against us made our defenses stronger. The demonstration continued as Dr. Wells revealed more of humanity's achievements. The nanobots that could build or repair entire ships in hours. The AI systems that could predict and counter any conventional strategy. The quantum communication network that couldn't be blocked or intercepted. Commander Stone joined the presentation via hologram from his ship. We developed all of this in secret because we knew this day would come. Not necessarily from your council, but from someone. Humanity has faced too many close calls in its history to ever be caught unprepared again. The council members watched as Earth ships demonstrated their full capabilities. Vessels seeming to be in multiple places at once thanks to quantum tunneling. Weapons that could disable enemy ships without destroying them. Defensive systems that adapted to any attack in real time. But most importantly, Dr. Wells concluded, we never lost our humanity in the process. Every advancement we made was designed to protect life, not just destroy it. That's why our ships have better medical facilities than your dedicated hospital stations. That's why our weapons can disable rather than destroy. That's why our shields protect entire populations, not just military targets. The council representatives began to understand. Humanity hadn't just matched their technology. They had revolutionized it, while the council had stagnated, focused on maintaining their power through brute force. Humans had quietly leaped ahead through innovation and creativity. We're not interested in ruling the galaxy, Dr. Wells stated firmly, but we will help build a better one. The question is, are you ready to work with us as equals? The answer would shape the future of galactic civilization. But regardless of their choice, one thing was clear. Humanity's time of hiding was over. The galaxy would never be the same again. Commander Stone walked through the grand meeting hall of the TSS Defender, now serving as neutral ground for an unprecedented gathering. Around him, representatives from 30 different alien species sat together, many of them former enemies. All of them had turned against the corrupt council leadership after seeing Officer Nash's evidence. The Inner Circle's forces are gathering near the Centauri system, Stone announced, pointing to a holographic map. They've convinced about a quarter of the Council fleet to stay loyal to them. But they've lost something more important: their legitimacy. The alien representatives nodded in agreement. The Grey World's Alliance speaker, a tall being made of living crystal, stood up. We have monitored their communications. Many ships remain with them only out of fear. They do not believe in their cause. Then we give them a chance to choose differently, Stone replied. He nodded to Dr. Wells, who had just entered the hall. She activated a new holographic display, showing Earth's latest technological breakthrough. This is the Freedom Protocol, she explained, a quantum program that can bypass their control systems without damaging their ships. It gives their crews the chance to make their own choice about which side to support. The alien representatives were impressed. Where their old council would have demanded absolute destruction of any opposition, humans offered a chance for redemption. It was a new way of thinking for many of them. We have also begun sharing our medical technology with your peoples, Dr. Wells continued. The quantum healing systems are already saving lives in 20 different star systems. This is what real galactic cooperation looks like. Reports were coming in from across the galaxy. The corrupt council leaders had underestimated not just Earth's military strength, but their ability to build trust and form alliances. Species that had been oppressed for centuries were rising up, supported by human technology and inspired by Earth's example. Officer Nash's voice came through the quantum comm system. He was still operating undercover near the Inner Circle's position. Commander, we've confirmed that High Commander Marcus is getting desperate. He's threatening to use prohibited weapons against civilian targets. Stone's expression hardened. He's showing his true nature now. How many ships are still loyal to him? Fewer every hour, Nash replied. 3 more battle groups defected this morning after seeing the medical aid Earth provided to their homeworlds. The Alliance members discussed their next move. Earth's approach was different from anything they had seen before. Instead of demanding obedience through fear, humans earned loyalty through actions and respect. Your ships will form the outer containment ring, Stone explained to the gathered representatives. Earth's fleet will lead the main assault. Our goal is to end this with minimal loss of life on either side. Dr. Wells pulled up another display, showing the status of their preparations. The quantum shields are ready to protect all civilian areas. Our medical ships are stationed to help anyone who needs it, on either side. We win by showing we're better than those we're fighting against. The alien representatives were learning that humanity's greatest strength wasn't their advanced technology or military power. It was their ability to unite others behind a common cause, to offer hope instead of fear. The attack begins in 6 hours, Stone announced. Remember, we're not fighting to destroy the Council. We're fighting to build something better in its place. As the representatives returned to their ships, many of them felt something they hadn't experienced in centuries: genuine hope for the future. Earth had shown them that power didn't have to corrupt, that advancement didn't have to come at the cost of compassion. The final battle was approaching, but in many ways, humanity had already won. They had changed the galaxy not just through force of arms, but through force of example. The corrupt Council's days were numbered, and a new era of galactic cooperation was about to begin. The final battle for the galaxy's future began in the space around Alpha Centauri. Commander Stone stood on the bridge of the TSS Defender, watching as the combined fleet of Earth and its alien allies moved into position. On his tactical display, he could see the corrupt Council forces gathered around their massive headquarters station. All ships report ready, Lieutenant Rogers announced. Earth fleet, alien allies, and medical support vessels all in position. Send the final warning, Stone ordered. He had insisted on this, even though many thought it unnecessary. Earth would win the right way, or not at all. High Commander Marcus, Stone's message echoed across all channels. Your position is surrounded. Your allies have abandoned you. Surrender now, and you will receive a fair trial. This is your last chance. The response came quickly. a massive barrage of weapons fire from the Council's remaining ships. But humanity was ready for this. Execute Freedom Protocol, Dr. Wells commanded from her position in the fleet's tactical center. The quantum program launched, spreading through space faster than light itself. Across the Council fleet, crew members suddenly found themselves free from the override controls that had kept them loyal to Marcus. 20 Council ships powering down weapons, Rogers reported with a smile. They're signaling their surrender. High Commander Marcus's voice cut through the comm channels, filled with rage. You dare to turn my own ships against me. Then die with the knowledge that you brought this upon yourselves. His flagship began to power up what sensors identified as a prohibited planet killer weapon. Not this time, Stone said calmly. Officer Nash, if you please. Deep inside the Council flagship, Nash emerged from his hiding place. For weeks, he had been positioning quantum disruptors throughout the ship. With a single command, he activated them all. The flagship's power grid collapsed, its weapons went dead, and its shields failed. All ships, advance, Stone ordered. The combined fleet moved forward as one. Earth vessels led the way, their quantum shields glowing as they absorbed and redirected enemy fire. Behind them came ships from 30 different alien species, each adding their unique abilities to the assault. The battle was fierce but brief. Without the forced loyalty of their crews, and faced with superior technology and numbers, the remaining Council ships quickly surrendered. Only Marcus's flagship continued to fight, using emergency power to launch desperate attacks. Target their engines only, Stone commanded. Let's end this without any more deaths. Earth's precision weapons struck the flagship with surgical accuracy. The massive vessel went dark, drifting in space. Security teams led by Nash quickly captured High Commander Marcus and his inner circle, finding them trying to escape in pods. As the dust settled, Dr. Wells coordinated the medical response. Earth's hospital ships moved in to treat the injured on both sides. The quantum healing technology saved countless lives, showing even the most hardened Council supporters the difference between Earth's approach and their old leaders. 1 week later, representatives from every spacefaring species gathered on Earth for a historic meeting. The old Galactic Council was officially dissolved. In its place, a new organization would rise, the United Stellar Alliance, founded on principles of cooperation, innovation, and respect for all life. Earth has shown us a better way, the Gray World speaker announced to thunderous applause. They could have destroyed us. Instead, they chose to help us build something new. Commander Stone, Dr. Wells, and Officer Nash sat together, watching as the new alliance charter was signed. Their mission had evolved from defending Earth to reshaping the galaxy, and they had succeeded beyond anyone's expectations. Not bad for a primitive species, Nash joked, drawing laughs from his companions. We never were primitive, Dr. Wells replied. We just had different priorities. While they focused on domination, we focused on innovation. While they sought control, we sought understanding. And now, Stone asked, looking out at the gathered representatives of a united galaxy. Now we do what humans do best, Dr. Wells said with a smile. We keep moving forward, keep innovating, and keep helping others do the same. As the celebration continued, news spread across the galaxy. The era of corruption and fear was over. A new age of exploration, cooperation, and progress had begun. And it had all started because one primitive species had refused to bow down.